Lots of election news. Lots of New York State and now New York City officials getting hit with various corruption charges or charges about conspiring with foreign governments in one case. Yeah. Good luck with hurricane season, all of my farther south friends live up here towards New York City. We mostly just get rain. Broadly speaking, the idea of having a separate capital gains tax from regular income tax doesn't work very well. It's supposed to encourage people to invest, but what it really does is it gets executives of big companies a lower tax rate because they mostly get paid in stocks. And that doesn't even get into the other thing they do, which is instead of selling their stocks, they use them as collateral to take out a loan, and you don't get taxed on loans because loans are not income, they're debt. Uh, how do you do this? Wait, it's a
A Chewy order is on the way for.
Shush. Chewy order. Not that I have anything against Chewy in particular. They're a totally okay online retailer as far as I can tell.
Traffic snarled for hours after a semi-truck's raised trailer collided with an overhead sign. State police say the truck was traveling westbound on I-64 when the enormous raised bed struck the highway sign and stopped there, standing upright as the cab continued on. But also stopped hundreds of cars, halted by the surreal accident. After hours of waiting, authorities began telling drivers to just go back the other way. It was such a mess, even the other road signs were all turned around. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Officials say they're still investigating why the truck's bed was raised prior to the collision, but thankfully the driver was not seriously injured. He was, however, charged with reckless driving.
Honey, the gains are pumping. The mark.
What was it, like a dump truck style trailer where it could be like actually tilted back? It's very strange that it like the bottom of the trailer would hit the sign. So maybe that's how it happened. That's kind of a mess. Hmm. Yeah, and then they couldn't let traffic through because the sign's structure was damaged, so they were worried that it would fall. Hmm. So anyone who doesn't have context on this article here, you're basically not allowed to do any politically affiliated events in national cemeteries, particularly the military cemeteries like Arlington. And Trump brought a film crew into the cemetery, and allegedly his staff got a little bit physical and impolite when a cemetery staff member tried to tell them that they were not allowed to film in the cemetery. I am curious why there's so much landsliding in this town. So I guess there's a cliff that's giving way, and that's why. Uh, extra rain is lubricating the soil. Helping it scooch. Let's see. Well, I mean, I guess the lesson here is that there's extra risk when you live near a cliff. Particularly a cliff that seems to be made mostly out of soil instead of being bedrock. I live on the side of a hill. But if there's a landslide on my hill, that means my neighbor's house is going to slide down the hill. Boom, 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 boom. Guessing this is charging for access at Travee Fountain. I'm guessing that's not even like it's probably not even profit motivated. It's just that tourists behave badly at the fountain. Like the number of people that climb into the fountain to get a bottle of water from the fountain is it's really stupid. Right? I mean, are they taking it as a souvenir? Can't even put the bottle of water on the airplane, can you? You put it in your checked luggage. Definitely shouldn't drink fountain water. It's not a swimming pool. You're not supposed to climb inside of it, I don't think. It's a little bit Maybe this is just the rest of the story. So these folks were arrested allegedly for planning a violent attack because they were upset about Catholic and Muslim leadership condemning violence. Dormitory fire. Wonder if it was a structural problem, right? Is it a problem with building codes or adhering to building codes? It's unfortunate. This is how building codes get written, is something goes wrong. And then the codes get updated to try and prevent it from happening again. Politicians, you really need to stop having extramarital affairs. If that's not something your political caucus condones. You should avoid that. It's easily preventable. Yeah, stocks just keep going down. It's a little frustrating. I have one stock in my portfolio that has way too many shares in it, and I want to move them into others. But now's not a good time to sell them. Yeah, I don't know what Red Lobster was supposed to do when an investment company bought Red Lobster, like the whole chain, and then split up the restaurant part from the actual real estate, the land the restaurants were built on, right? And then sold the buildings and the land to itself, right? A different part of itself, right? The investment company has like real estate parts and other parts, right? So they sold the real estate part to that, and then they started charging the restaurants rent for their own buildings, right? And then when the restaurants go under, then they can sell the land, right? It just it was an intentional strategy to drain all of the equity out of the Red Lobster chain, right? It's not. Yeah, but you can't trust what recruiters say about the job market, right? Because the main problem with the US job market, at least right now, is that people looking for jobs and the people looking for employees don't have compatible needs. Right? People looking for employees want highly skilled workers for cheap, and people looking for jobs want enough money to pay their unusually high cost of living. Also, you have to wonder what they're comparing it to. Are they comparing it to last month, or are they comparing it to, the September averages over the last 10 or 20 years? Because I don't remember for sure, but some months simply have different employment rates. Right? September is when summer jobs start to close down, and they don't open up holiday retail jobs until more like November. This is just another reason why we need to get off of our dependence on oil. Really don't like this back to office stuff. It's really lazy management. Right? If your employees are getting their work done, then why are you bothering them about where they're doing their work? And if they're not getting their work done, then that's a completely separate issue. Completely separate issue. Factors of 10. 1, 2, and 5. Factors of 180. Let's see. 1 and 2 and 3. Yep, it's divisible by 4 and 5 and 6. Wow, it's all of them. However, biggest number you can make with only 2 is 36. So 180 is 36 times 5, which means the smallest that the third number can be is a 5. Right? If you're going to do 6 times 6 times 5, then the 6's can't line up. Wow. And 30 is another one that's like the only way to make 30 in Only 2 blocks is a 5 times a 6. Right, this is a 6 by 6 puzzle. 12, on the other hand, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You can't do a 1 because that would require the other one to be 12. You could do 2 times 6 or 3 times 4. Those would both work. Let's see. Division by 3 is a 1 and a 3, or a 2 and a 6. And the next one is a 3 and a 9. That's too big. And 2, 3, 4, and 6. Can't do a 5 because 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. It's not an integer. And 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 10 is too big. With 9, 6 pairs with 3 and 5 pairs with 4. You can't use 2 because that would take a 7. You can't use 1 because that would require an 8. Let's see, get rid of that 6 because this one's blocking it. Means you gotta get rid of that 3. Get rid of 6. And get rid of this 3. You get rid of this 6. In this case, the 6 pairs with 2. In that case, both of those 6s are not good. Get rid of that 6 as well. Okay, so only the 4 and the 5 are left. Goes 3, 2 goes with 4, and goes with 5, 1, 6 goes with 4. Okay. So 6s. So in this case, the 6 goes with the 4, but the 4 is okay because there's 2 here. We have 1, 2, and 3. And here we have 6, 5, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 5, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1 requires 7, which is no good. Or an 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. 2 requires a 7, so that's no good. 3 pairs of 6 and 4 pairs of 5. Here we have a 5, 6 pair, so 5 is no good there. Let's see. Difference of 4 gives us a 5 and a 6. 3 doesn't pair with anything. It's a difference of 4. It gives you either 7 or negative 1. Either of which are valid. And 4, same problem. It's got a 0 or an 8. And now we have a pair of 1s and 2s. 4. And we have a pair of 5, 6s. Boop, 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 a doo. It's 3 plus 4 makes 9. 3, 4, and 4 here. Okay, so 1 pairs with a 2, and 2 pairs with a 1. 6 would require a 3. So 6. 4 eliminated. So it's a 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So let's see. 2 covers the 1 and the 4. 3 covers the 6. 1 covers the 2. So this 3 is no good anymore. The 1, 2, 4, and 6. Fine. Let's get rid of that 6, means that 2 no longer works. Get rid of that 3 means this 4 no longer works. Get rid of that 5, so we got a 6 and a 5 to make 30. So here we have 2, 3, and 4 left, and here we have 1 and 2 and 4 left. So let's see. 1 and 2 pair, and 2 and 3 pair, and 3 goes with 4, but this 4 requires either a 3 or a 5, which doesn't make sense, but it's not good. Now we have a 2, 3 pair. So 4, which means this one has to be either a 2 or an 8, and only 2 is an option. So, okay. 4, and then 6 equals 9. 3 and 6, we have 1, and 3 divided by 1 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Let's see. 1, that's 5. That 5. 4 here. Just 5 there. That 4. Let's see. We have a 3 and a 4 in this row. Let's see. We have a pair of 1, 2s. Means that's not a 1 or a 2. So it's a 3, 2, or a 4. Well, 4 would have worked, but it was not available. So 1, 2, 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 and 4. 2 and 3, 2. 1, so that's 4, and difference of 2 gives us either a 2 or a 6, and only 6 is available. So 1 is used, this one is used, 2, 6 is used, 5, let's see, so it's not a 2 or a 4, because those are used, it's 1, 2, hooray! I am the winner. I am the winner. $210, huh? Let's see, what's 210 divisible by? 1, sure. 2, sure. 3, yep. 4, so if you divide 210 by 2, you're going to get 105. So, since you can only divide by 2 once, 4 is not on the list. Ends in a 0, it's divisible by 5. It's divisible by a 2 and a 3, so it's divisible by 6. 7 times 30. 7 is good. It's not divisible by 4, it's not divisible by 8. And it's not divisible by 9. 3 and 9 are easy because you can just add up the digits and see if the result is divisible by 3 or by 9. Right, in this case, the sum of the digits is 3, so it's divisible by 3 but not by 9. Okay, and out of these, the biggest we can make with two numbers is 6 times 7, which is 42. Right? I don't really have that one memorized. So what I just did there was I did 5 sevens is 35, and then adding a 6 7 puts it to 42. So that means 1 is not big enough. If I used a 2 times 42, that would only give me 84. So 2 is not big enough. 3 times 42 is 126. Not big enough. So it has to be 5 times 6 times 7. Let's see, 48 will do the same kind of process. Divisible by 1, sure. Divisible by 2, yep. Divisible by 3, yes. Divisible by 4, 48 to 24, sure is. Divisible by 5, nope. Divisible by 6, yes it is. 2 and a 3 means it's divisible by 6. Divisible by 7. Pretty sure not. If 6 times 7 is 42, then the next one is 49. So, no 7s. 6 times 8 is 48. Is it divisible by 9? No, it is not. So the biggest one is 8, which means the 1 is not big enough, the 2 is not big enough, the 3 is not big enough, and the 4 is not big enough. Divide factors of 9, and 1 and 3 and 9. But in order to be a 3, you would need to put a 3 in both spots. So can't have 3's adjacent to each other like that. So 27's factors are 1 and 3 and 9. Five. It's 1 and 5 only. It's 5 squared in particular. So I need to use 2 5s. Can't be this one though, it has to be the one. These two have to be 5s. Right, because otherwise the 5s would have to line up with each other. Which is not allowed. Let's do this 48. Same reasoning as before, only 6 and 8 are allowed. So what have we used up here? We've used up the 1, 3, and 9. We have a set of 3 there. So in fact, we have a pair of 9s. So this one has to be the 3. So that one has to be 9. This one has to be 1. So we've used up the 1, 9, the 3, the 5, the 6, and the 8. So in this column left, we have a 2, a 4, and we have a 5. But here, let's see. For a divide by 2, 5 would go with either a 2.5 or a 10. Which are... Oh, it's not a 2, 4, and a 5. It's 2, 4, and 7. 7 has the same problem here. Right? It goes with either a 3.5 or a 14, which are not numbers you can pick. So that has to be the 7. 7 plus 4 equals 11. Difference of 2 or sums to 10 don't really tell you a whole lot. Let's see, difference of 5 would be like, we have not 6, not the 8, and not the 4. So 1 pairs with 6. 6 is not valid. Okay, so 2 pairs with 7, so that's fine. 3 would pair with 8. 8 is not valid, so there's no 3. 5 would pair with either 0 or 10, which are allowed. 7 pairs with 2. 9 pairs with 4, but can't have 4. So 2 and 7. Now what do we have left? Let's see, no 6, no 8, no 2, no 7, no 4. 5 and 9. So 1 and 9 go together to make 10. 3 would require a 7. It's not 3, and 5 would require a 4. So it's not. So now we have the 1, 2, the 3 is still not used, and the 5 is still not used. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so 3 and 5 go here. So 6 is 1, 2, 3, or 6. 1 is eliminated. So that means the 6s are no good. And then here we've used the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, and the 9. So to make 11, that moves us the 7, the 5, the 4, and the 3. None of which conflict with the 1, so that's fine. Things that are different to those by 1. So 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The 4 and the 7 are used in this row. It's eliminated because of the column. Let's see, 2 pairs with a 6, 3 pairs with a 9 and a 1, but 1 is not allowed. 5 pairs with 1 2/3 or 15, so that's no good. 6 pairs with 2 or 18. 2 is good. 8 goes with 2 2/3 or 24, so that's not good. And 9 goes with 3. Alright, so it's not the 1 or the 5. 2 would require a 13, which is no good. 3 would require a 12, which is too big. 4 would require 11, which is too big. 6 requires a 9. Or 7 pairs with 8. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so 3 pairs with 6, 2 pairs with 6, 3 pairs with 1, 9, 4. 4 doesn't work. Right, it's 1 1/3 or 12. 5 is 1 2/3 or 15. 6 pairs with 2 or 18, but 18's too big. 7 is 2 1/3 or 21. So those are valid. 8 is so not valid. 9 goes 3. Let's see, the 5, the 6, and the 7 are used up, so if I get rid of the 6 and the 7, didn't notice that at first. Did I not put a 3 in here? 3 goes with 9. Okay. 1 is used, 2, 3, 4 doesn't work, 5, 6, 7 are used, 8 doesn't work, and 9. Let's see. The 2 requires a 6 though, so 2 is no good. 3 goes with 9, or 9 goes with 3. So 1 and 2 are no good. Now 3 and 9 are used in that row. So 1, that gives us a 9. $72. 8 and the 9 are the only factors big enough. Here, alright, this is the 1 and the 9. 3 is also a factor, but you would have to put it in both slots. So we've eliminated the 8, 9, and the 5, 6, 7. That means we've also eliminated the 1 and the 3. That leaves the 2 and the 4 for this position. 2 pairs with 5 for a difference of 3. 4 pairs with either 1 or 7 for a difference of 3. Oh, 5, 6, 7 here. It's that 6. So I've got 8 here and 6 here. So here we have only 2 and 4 left because we've got the 8, 1, 3, 9, and the 5, 6, 7. So difference of 3 to 2 and 4. 2 goes to 5, 4 goes to either 1 or 7. It's actually the same as this one. $28 is divisible by 1 and 2 and 4 and 7. But 1 and 2 are not big enough. So it's 4 and 7 only. Let's see. 13. 9 goes with 4, 8 goes with 5, 7 goes with 6, and then 6 goes to 7. And we're back into it. Right. 3 would require a 10, so 3 is too small. And anything smaller than 3 is even more too small. Let's see, what's the pattern for divides by 4s? So 1 goes with 4, so that's fine. 2 goes with an 8, so that's fine. 3 goes with only a 12, so no 3s. 4 goes with a 1, so that's fine. 5 goes with a 20, that doesn't work. 7 goes with 28, so that doesn't work. 6 goes with 24, so that doesn't work. 8 goes with 2, so that's fine. And 9 goes with 36, so that's good. 1, 2, 4, and 8 up. And then just fill in all of them, divide by 4s. Put a whole bunch of those on the board this time. Let's see. This one cannot be 4. We used 4 and 7 here, so 4s are out. And without the 4s, 1's no longer. That's not good though. Why is that not good, you ask? Because now we have 3 blocks, but only 2 numbers to put in them. What did I do wrong? I mean, 1, 4, and 7 are the only divisors of 28, and 1 is too small, so the 4, 7 is correct. So did I miss a number in the divides by 4? Um, 1 and 4, 2 and 8, 3, so 3/4 are 12, so that doesn't work. 4 goes with 1, we have those. 5 is 1 1/4 or 20, so that doesn't work. Right, 6 doesn't work, 7 doesn't work, 8 works and goes with 2. And 9 doesn't work. Oh, I see what I got wrong. 2, 4, 8. So in this one, the 4s and the 1s both don't work. In this one, 4 doesn't work. 1 is okay, because it's okay for this one to be a 4. That's what I did. Right, so this one is okay to be the 1. It's that one, 4. Just heard my work alerts go off. What are you bedinging about at this time of night? Something that's not currently my problem. Whoa, whoa. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, yes, I'm back. Yeah, I forgot that I had my mic on. My saying USB switcher is my mouse and my keyboard, so you probably couldn't hear me. Yes, I got a page from work, but somebody from my team who lives in California is going to take care of it. I'm just the backup anyway. I am the backup. So when my alarm went off, I just checked to make sure that he had seen it. He probably just hit the wrong button when his alarm went off. Actually, what are you doing, little boy? I'm gonna real quick check to make sure that I hit the right button. Um, 'Pretty sure. Because if we both hit the wrong button, then it starts setting off alarms all over the world. Yeah. Because actually, I think the next set of people that would get alarms are the people in Pennsylvania. I'm sure one of them would hit the right button, right? If none of them hit the right button, then it would start setting off alarms for the island team. Usually by the time you get to that point, it means that something is wrong with the alerting system. Boo, 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 woo. One down here, so that's what I want. Do, 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 do. So the 6 goes with the 9, and the 7 and the 8 go together, but without 9 here, this 6 is no longer good. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 7, and 8 are used. So that leaves 3, 5, 6, and 9 to go here. Mm, 9. Let's see, this one can't be 5, 6, 9. 3, 3. This one can't be 9, this 9. This one can't be the 9, because this 9. That one's a 9. The 3. Difference of 1 from 3 is either a 2 or a 4. Oh, and there's a 5, so this one's not a 5. Okay, that gets rid of that 6, which gets rid of this 9. Now these are a 7, 8 pair, so 7, 8, 7, 8 eliminated. Since, let's see, that 4 required that 7. Also, there's a 4 here, so I'll get rid of that. So the 3 goes with 8, and the 5 goes with 6. The 7 is no good. And we've got a 3 up here, so a 3 there. It's 5 and 6. It's 5, and there's just another 3. 5 and 6. 3 pairs with 5. 5, 5. One, so that one's 4, almost 9, so 4 and 9 are gone. 4 is gone, so 2. Oh, there's 4. Eliminated. So 7 and 8. Okay, so 7 goes with the 6. 8 requires a 5, so 8 is no good. 7 goes with 6, leaves that 8. Difference of 5. 8 is 3. Or, 13, but that's not an option. 3 and 6. Now it's 9. It's that 1. 6. 7, 8. Right left. There's an 8 in that row. So 2 and 7. 2 would require an 11 to add to 13, so it's not the 2, so that's a 7. That's the 8. That's the 2. Only pairs of 8 to look for. You think push the correct buttons. Is eliminated. 9 is eliminated. 3 is eliminated from that column. It's 2. 2s, 2s, and 2s. 4, 6, and a 3. And it's that 2. That 6 makes that an 8. It's that 6. Let's see, in this row here we have the 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5 is still available, and 9 here, but there's a 1 and a 9 here, so that's 4, 5. 4, 9 divides by 3, so 1 pairs with a 3, and 9 also pairs with a 3, so that's a 3. Only one option. Adds to 14. 1 would require a 13, so that's no good. So that's the 9, and this is the 1. 9, there's a 5 there. And let's see. Difference of 1 from 5 is either a 4 or a 6. This row already has a 6. So this is a 4. Makes that a 7. So 1 and 9 are the only options left. There's already a 9 in that column. That's a 1. That's a 9. That's a 1. That's a 4. This is a 3. Alright, so we have 6 and 7 in this column. 7, that's that 5. Those are not 5. Let's see. And 1 in that column. 8 in this column. So 1 pairs with 4. This 2 is no good anymore because there's no 8 to pair it with. Let's see. 2 goes with 8. 4 would require 1. So it's not the 4. 2, it's 2, it's 7, 7, add a 2. 2, 2, 2. Let's see, this column has it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 are used. 9 is left. There's 9 there, so that's 4, and that's 9. Let's see. This one, let's do the row. The row has a 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 9. So 3, 7, and 8 are left. This column already has a 3 and an 8, so this is a 7. It's not a 7, so it's an 8. It's 3, 7. 2 and 7 makes 9. 3 and 8 makes 11. It's that 7, so that's the 6, and that's the 7. And then we have 1 here, so this is a 4, this is a 1. Now it's just, numbers are left. 1, 2 is left, and then a 6. And we win! Yay! And I need to take a break. 3. Script it down so the whole thing puts on the screen. 2, 3. This is out of 7. So 7, 6, 4, 5. 6, 6, 7. This one's this 3. This one cannot be 7. This one cannot be 6. This one cannot be 6 or 5. This one cannot be that's a minimum. That looks like 3. Then this one can't be 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. That's all. Let's see, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, 5. And this has to be 3. And here we have another 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, this one. 6, 7. This one cannot be the 7. This one cannot be the 6. Looks like all the clues. So what do we have? That's the only space available for a 1 in that column. And this is the only block available for 1 in this column. So we have 2 spaces that could be 1 in that column. Let's see. 2 spaces that could be a row. That row. let's see, in this column, let's see, a 7. It's not a 7, it's not a 6. It's 6. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Another column. What do we know? Do we know any? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. See anything obvious? So I guess let's take a guess and see what happens. Let's guess that this one is 2. Even if that's wrong, I figure knowing that it's a 1 will probably turn out helpful. Let's see, did I miss anything? Nope. 1 has to be less than 2. That's all the ones. Yep. All of the ones are complete. Do 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 do. Dum, 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 dum. In case you're wondering how I'm eliminating things in these chains, it's that the smallest number in each one must go in order, and the largest numbers in each one must go in order. So if the smallest number here is a 3, right, the smallest number here must at least be a 4, right? If I put a 3 here, there's nothing to put there. So in this case, it goes 1, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 4, 5, 6, right? Those both work. Right, and like here's one that's only 2, but like we go 1, 3, or 1, 6 would work. Here's one with a couple more: 2, 3, 4, or 3, 5, 7. Right, and if the largest number and the smallest number work, then the numbers in the middle will also work. Right, so 2, 5, 6, and 2, 6, 7. Right, 2, 3, and 6, 7. Right, here's one that doesn't work, right? Like if I put a 2 here, it'd be no good. So the 3, so it has to go 3, 1, 5, 6, so that's fine. And 2, 3, and 4, 5, so that's fine. 3, 4, 4, 7 is fine. But now we have a 4, 5, 6 triple. Here it has to be a 2 because it needs to be smaller than a 3. Now we have a 6, 7 double. Right. This leads to a contradiction, which means that our guess of this being a 2 is not correct. I mean, either that or I made a mistake somewhere. Thought I heard thunder, but it was just somebody with a loud bass in their car driving past. Ba-boom, ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-boom. Thank you for sharing, person with loud bass in your car. I was definitely having trouble procuring my own music, so I appreciate you sharing yours. Can't really get a... Trying to get kind of like a vibrato effect. It's not working today. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. And I'm also looking for places where there's only one option for a given number in a row or a column. Looking for... That's the same as looking for sets where the numbers represented match the number of boxes that they're represented in. Right? That means that, like, you'll see me do that sometimes. Like, it's, for instance, say that like these were both 4 and 5. Right? That means that the 4 goes in one of them and the 5 has to go in the other one, which means none of the other blocks in this row or in this column. This is column. Could be a 4 or a 5. So sometimes I'm looking for sets. Oh, a 1 there. So 2 and 6 doesn't work. 2, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh, but now there's no ones in this column. Ta-da. Yep, so that's the sort of thing that I was looking for. So let's see. Now ones are there and there and there and there. Let's kind of make a square. That's pretty common. Beep, 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 beep. You may need to guess again now. This one's a nice one that tells us something either way. If it's a 6, that gives us a lot of information. If it's a 7, then this one's not a 7, and this one is a 7. And then that one's not a 7. So let's guess 6. Guess the one that gives you a lot of information, because then if it's wrong, it tends to tell you that it's wrong more quickly. Five and 6. Let's see. Five would have to be the 6. So that would have to be a 7. Made a mistake because there's no 2 in this row. That's the sort of contradiction that I was looking for. So now this one is going to not be 6, it's going to be a 7. Okay, so that one's not a 7, so this one is a 7, so that one's not a 7. So that one's not a 7. So 7, this one can't be a 6, and this one can't be a 5, and this one can't be a 4. Same over here. That's at 7, this one cannot be a 6. there's a 7. And there's a 7. Let's see. That row has to have that one be the 7. This row has a handful of 7s still. Column has some 7s. This column also has a couple of 7s. There's a 7. And now this column only has a single 2 row. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Now this column only has a single 2 row. And this column only has a single 2 row. Anymore? It doesn't work anymore. This column, that's the last one on the board. The last one. Let's see, and now with that block use, this is the last 2 in that. The last 2. It's not the last 2, though. There's still a couple of others. 2 there, or there, there, there. Yep, that's only 2 in that column, though. Ones and twos and ones and twos and twos and ones and twos. Twos and twos and twos. Twos and twos and twos. 5 is too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 6. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. We have 2, 4. That's 5 in that column. 6. Two and four, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. I think it's time to guess again. Joey, yes, maybe a 6 here. Let's parapet this piece over here, so I think there's a good amount of information, whether that's a 5 or a 6. Or did I miss something? What's that? Yeah, miss something. We are winners. Let's see. So this square here we know belongs to this 6. So this 6 has 2 options. It can go that way, or it can go this way. Right, so for both of those, we know it includes this square. and this 2 can't reach this one. Right, so we know that it belongs to that square. It has both of those, and that means it's this, which means that it's this. Right, this 6 has the same thing. It can either be tall, or it can be wide, or a little bit tall. In all 3 of those configurations, it has that square. So 5 can't go this way. That's 1, 2, 3, 5. Goes 1, 2, 3, 5, and in both of those configurations, it takes both of those squares, which leaves this 3 only that direction to go. This square is only reachable from this 2. This square's only this 2. This square's only reachable from that 2, which leaves this 3 only there to go. Which makes this 5 goes down a little farther. That's the only direction for that 2 to go, which means that's the only direction for 5 to go. That's as big as the 4 can get. And that's really all the logic there is to this game. Just doing those 2 things. This number can only go this direction, right? And you're not allowed to connect 2 of these together. It's 1 per box, right? So this 4 can go either of 2 directions that don't share anything. Same with that 4. Let's see, this 8 can either go to the right, up, go down, go this way, or go this way. All of those share that block. Let's see, this 11 has to go to the left. So that 2 has to go up. Let's see, 55 needs a 5 by 11. I can't squeeze a 5 through there, right, which means it has to do that section. The square can only be reached by that 2. Let's see. There's no way for 14 to reach that square there. So that square has to belong to the 6. And the 6 is either doing that, it's doing this. Takes both those squares. Let's see. 48 is going to be 4 times a 12 or a 6 times an 8. It's a fairly composite number, so it's actually got some options here. Okay, actually, let's see. If we did the 6 like this, the 48 would get locked in. It would have nowhere to go but down, and there's not 48 squares below. So, we know the 6. That one can only be reached by 2, so that's good. What can reach this square? Not the 7, or these 4s, 8, 14 cannot. I guess it's the 8. Okay, now this 4 can't go up, so it can either be a square, spaces, and we've kind of narrowed down the options for 14, haven't we? Huh. There we go. If we shifted the 14's rectangle to the left one, then these blocks over here would not be reachable by anything. Okay, so now this block is only reachable by the 4. That, and actually, yep, that 12 definitely can reach that block up there. In fact, the 12 is the only one that can reach that block. Which means that 2 has to go up, and that one to right and down. This has to be 12 long. There we go. 2 has to go down. 3 is prime, so it has to be a 1 by 3. Yep. Prime numbers can only have rectangles with a width of 1. So the 11 has to be a 1 by 11. 2's have to be 1 by 2, and 3's have to be 1 by 3. Right, 9 is composite, so it can be 3 by 3 as well. Alright, but sometimes prime numbers are helpful. So 2, a 3, a 5, 7, 11, 13. Okay. What can reach this square? Not the 4, not the 42. So only the 52. And how about this one? Has to be 48. Does that give me an 8 by 2? So 8 has to be 8 by 6. Right, so what I was saying earlier about primes. 7 has to be a 1 by, so that's 5 of them if I go that way. So it has to go at least that far out. But what can touch this square here? Right, not the 6 or the 2 or the 4. The 52 can't. Because if it did, it would make a shape that's not a rectangle. This section here. And this section here. But I don't know what that is. It's not a rectangle. So only the 7 can reach that. So that means the 7 can't reach this square anymore. So that one belongs to the 4 now. Belongs to the 4 now. Let's see, what do we have here? We have a 2 by a 10. So 10 is not good for 52. It's not divisible by 50. Like 52 is not divisible by 10. It's also not divisible by 11. So it has to be 12. Right? 12 by 3. It's not enough. 12 by 4. It's also not enough. Is 52 divisible by 13 instead of 12? Yes, I did the math wrong. Divisible by 12 is 48 and then 60.
Mm. What are my guesses in that section? What tall is that? Only 8. Mm. 32 has to take that part. Has to take that part. Okay, so that's wrong. It can't stretch out like that because then the 4 doesn't. Can it? Yeah, because that would block the 2. What if it went like that instead? The 2 was there, and the 2 was there, there, and there, there. That was the problem. So 3 is easy. So the 6 has to do either this or this. Those belong to the 6. Here's a 17, which is prime. Has 18 to choose from, though. That blocks the 6 off from everything with that. Can this 9 reach that? This can't. And this 2 could fill this. Let's see, how many squares are there here? 7, so that's more than enough for the 12. So these 2s could go like this, and then the 12 will still be fine. Let's see. That's not a 12. It's not a 12. So the 12 has to take that shape. We just don't know whether it's up or down. Let's see now. We reached like the 2 or the 12. Okay, that's too small for the 16 to go sideways. It's too small for it to go just down. So it's either 2 by 8 or 4 by 4. So it owns all of those blocks in both of those options. Let's see, this 16 I think has, yep, similar problem. It only has 14 spaces down. This one can't do a 4 by 4, so it has to do 8, but we don't actually know that owns these 2 blocks. But can anything else reach those blocks? So that 16, no. That 8, no. That 2, no. Okay, so it does own those. Now this 5. Okay, 5 is prime, so it needs to be 1 by 5, and that's the only place for that. So that 4 has at least those. This 4 has at least those. Can anything else reach this block here? Nope. Because that would force the 18 to be only 1 wide. So that 4 owns that, which means this is only reachable by that 2, and this 4 has to go there, and then this 6 is the only place to reach that block. Alright, and now this block here has to belong to the 12. Okay, so now this 8 can either be like that, or it can be like that. It could actually be one farther down, except this block here can only be reached by the 8, so it has to be like that. This block here can only be reached by the 8. Let's see, the 7 is primed, so it has to go this way. This 7 is primed, so it has to go that way. And this block is not reachable. 7. Let's see, this block. Oh, only the 2. So this block, only the 6. This block is only reachable by the 18. It has to be too wide. So that one can only be reached by 4, and this one can only be reached by the 2. And this block be reached by anything other than the 3. Nope, nope, nope. So how about this one? Only the 60, huh? How many do we have here? 14. 14 by 3 doesn't give us 60. Shrink it out to 13. 60 is not divisible by 13, it's divisible by 12. So we can do 12 by 5. That basically fills up the whole space. If we made it shorter, it would need to be, or like if we made it thinner, it would have to be taller, and that doesn't work. So 12 by 5, actually, no, I take that back. It could also be 6 by 10. So we know it owns this section. We don't know about that. But that really narrows down the 48 though, right? The 48 doesn't fit in here anymore. So let's see. 3 times what? 16? Yes, 48 fills up that entire section. Oops, that goes there. It goes there, and there, and there. There, and there, and there, and there. And there, and there. So now this 3 by 8 space is the only 24 that's left. And we are winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Except I'm not planning on making chicken for dinner, I'm planning on making turkey for dinner. Woo woo, what? I already gave you your snack. Woo woo woo, what? You want to play? What? You need some attention. Yes, little boy. Hi, little boy. What are you doing? Yeah, how you doing, boy? Yeah. I'll pick you up. I'll give you some tummy rubs. I'll give you some tummy rubs. Yeah? What are you begging for, huh? What are you begging for? You already had your snack. You already had your snack. I gave you your snack when I went on break. Yes, I did. I did. I remember it. I remember it. He's such a handsome and friendly boy. Yes, he is. That's something that I look for when I adopt a cat. I got him and his sister at the shelter.
I had lost my previous cat 5 or 6 months before. So I currently had no cats. And cats need things to do, right? Right? They get lonely if you leave them alone too much. So I wanted to get 2 cats so that they could keep each other company. So I went to the shelter and asked them, "Do you have 2 cats? You know, that are already bonded, they're already friends." And they had a pair of sisters that one of them was really cranky from being in the shelter and probably needed both a lot of space and a lot of time and attention to get her settled psychologically in a new place. And I didn't have that much free time back then. This was pre-COVID. So I was still going to the office to work, and I didn't have the time and energy to give her the sort of emotional care that she would need. And they had a pair of kittens that were staying in the same cage together and were good friends, but I did not have the energy for kittens. And then they had the 2 that I adopted. They had a brother-sister pair. They came from the same litter. Yep. And they were 1.5-ish years old. So they were a little bit older. They were not kittens. And when they let them out into the room for interaction time, they ran right up to each other and started cleaning each other's ears. So it was very adorable. They're very friendly. Yep. And they interacted well with each other. They interacted well with humans. And that was what I needed at the time. I didn't have the time or energy for cats that needed special attention. So I needed a pair of cats that would do pretty well on their own with each other. They actually had another sibling. They had a brother, but he had already been adopted. If he had still been in the shelter, I might have ended up with 3 cats. Yep. Yeah, especially if their brother was as friendly as these 2 are. I almost certainly would have ended up with 3 cats. Yeah, they were up for adoption because they previously lived with a lady who had something like 11 or 13 cats. But she was moving and couldn't take all of them with her. So most of them ended up in the shelter. Well, actually, none of the shelters, no individual shelter could handle all of those cats all at once. Especially since it was Christmas time. It's very sad, but a lot of people get a pet at Christmas and then realize that they're not ready for a pet, and then those pets end up for adoption at New Year's.
So no shelter wanted to take a dozen cats all at once right at Christmas time. So they got split up across multiple shelters. Um, Yeah, this one's a little hard to see with this color scheme, isn't it? Yeah, really only visible there. It's because these sets of games, when they use white on the board, they use white, white. What are you doing, little boy? Yeah, little trash can. There's nothing in there for you, and you know it. Why are you being feisty today? Yeah, why are you being feisty? I think he probably just wants attention. That would work better. See, there's actually only 3 patterns that you need to memorize in this game. Kind of 2 patterns if you generalize it. Right, it's easy to concentrate all of the colored blocks at the top like I just did. But then you need to memorize the patterns to cancel out a single edge piece. And I've never actually bothered to memorize it. See, this is actually a combination of right, that's actually a combination of two of those patterns. Here it's actually four of them. Now I've just inverted the problem. So that's an interesting pattern, no? So that's invert everything except two of the corners. It's actually easy to remember. So that's an interesting board pattern. That's the click on every square to finish the puzzle pattern. Oops. And honestly, there's probably a pattern behind the solution pattern. This is probably harder because you can't memorize the answers as much, like, because the shapes are different. Although this board is small enough that you can just kind of look at it. Shape. Oh, neat. So that one and that one. There's probably some strong patterns behind that. I'm not sure. It's Friday. I'm gonna go cook myself a moderately fancy dinner. So I'm gonna head out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you.